Hi everyone. So today in this video, we'll see how to set up the Azure pipeline CI/CD for our test framework. Okay, so we will be creating a number of, test framework. Then we have to set up the pipeline setup for our testing framework, right? So we have to run our test in the CI/CD mode as well. So what is CI? CI is a continuous integration where CI is used to automate our test and build the projects, right? So for those things like building the project and we're right, building running our test, we'll use the CI mode, and it will use it to identify the bugs or any build related issues in the CI phase itself. Okay, the one more thing is continuous delivery. After building our project or after building our test, so we have to pass this the past our test. Past we have to pass our build to across all the different environment, right? So the continuous delivery come where you have to set this automatically to deploy and test the code in multiple stages. Stages like a dev environment, QA, UAT, staging, then prod, right? So it's again organization based. They maintain a number of environment, maybe our one or two, three environment they will maintain. So we want to deploy those code or changes to the different environment, right? So that's where come this continuous delivery, and we have to release at the end of the release. We have to go for a production release, right? So this is CA and this is CD. So when it's come to the CA, so we'll create build pipeline where we'll execute our test as well as we build the project. And when it's come to the CD, so whatever we have built in the CA, we'll pass those artifacts or we'll pass those build into the CD, continuous delivery, and we'll create a release pipeline for the each environment. Okay, so each stages we can go for a release pipeline. Okay, so today in this video we'll see about this continuous integration. How do we build the pipeline? Okay, build your code in the pipeline. Okay, not release pipeline. Release is this one. So we'll see this build pipeline today. So where we can build our test or build our project. Okay, so on overview of this one, so here you can see this is called CA. Okay, so this is an overview where we will be writing some code and we are checking our code to some repository. From repository, we are setting up all this CI server, which is Azure DevOps, right? And we are building the project and we are executing our test and we are, generating some results, right? So this is called CI. Okay, so we are not going for any environment deliverables here. Okay, so when you scroll down here, this is called CD, right? So here we are building the project. Okay, so this is the image that we have seen earlier. So after building the image, building our test, we are passing our build or we are passing our repository across to the different environment, right? So this is called CA. Okay, so the CA is only build pipeline. When it's come to the CD, it will include the release pipeline as well. Okay, so this is called release pipeline. Okay, so in another way, like you can see it in the complete thing. So here we are writing code. This is our GitHub repository or Azure repository, anything, it could be any repository. Okay, so where we are pushing the code, and here this is a build pipeline. We are building this artifact, and with this artifact we are passing this artifact, or we can pass our artifact, either we can pass our repository again to the each release pipeline to get the things delivered to the different environment. Okay, so this is an overview. With that, we can go to the Azure DevOps. So this is my Azure DevOps. You have to sign in. First you have to sign up to use this Azure DevOps. And once you sign up, it's very easy. You can sign up using the Gmail account, or you can create one Outlook. You can create one account in Azure DevOps also. So once this is created, you have to create a new project. Okay, so this is a button. You have to create a new project where you can name anything if you want, and you can select this public or private. Okay, so this Azure has some limitations where when you select as a private, it has only 30 days free version. Free trial for you. Okay, so when you make this as a public, so you can use for some long time. Okay, so if you select as a your project as a private one, you can use for only 30 days free version. If you go for a public one, so the when you selected the visibility as a public, so you can use for some long time. Okay, I'm not sure. It's completely lifetime free or not, but you can go with your private for 30 days activation. Once this 30 days is done, you cannot use this pipeline anymore. Okay, so that's what I have got from this Azure DevOps website. But if you know anything specifically about this public-private project visibility, please leave it in the comments. Okay. So you have to create one project. I have already created one project, so that I named as a my project. So I will go to this my project. We'll try to create one build pipeline. Okay, so our first thing is we have to create one build pipeline. The CD comes where it comes under the release pipelines that we'll see in the next video. Okay, so now this is how the dashboard look. So here you can see this is Azure dashboard, and here you can see all the work items and all. So you can create work items like similarly to Jira or some other tracking tool. Okay, so here you have to come to this pipeline tab. Okay, so here I already created two build pipelines. So what we'll do now, we'll create this new pipeline. Click on this new pipeline button. Okay, so here that will ask you the where is your code. Okay, so this is a code, I mean repository that are available in the Git Azure DevOps. So you can select where your code is exist. Okay, so in our case, I'm maintaining my code in the GitHub repository. Okay, so this is a one way of style, like you can create I mean connect your repository through creating some YAML file and run your test from the YAML file. It will automatically configure YAML file. Okay, so when you select the GitHub repository option, so now we have to select the where my repository is, right? So now you can see this is, I mean, since I have login already, so it is coming my listed repositories. So in your case, it will ask for the connection. So it will redirect to the GitHub page. You have to give your username, password of the GitHub. That will automatically get integrated. Okay. So here you can see this is my repository. So this will again you can select any repository and you can go for a configure, and you can end of the day you can go for review, and it will by default it will create one YAML file that steps basically steps to execute our project. Okay. So now for this demo I will go to back. I will go back and will use the classic editor option. Okay, so this is a page. If you go to this one, this will create one YAML file. So similarly, when we seen in our Jenkins video rigs, one is scripted pipeline and one is declarative pipeline. So when you went for this declarative pipeline, so when whatever the code that you write, right, so that will automatically push to the Jenkins file in your code repository. Right? In a similar way, if you go with this style YAML file, it YAML file automatically will create, and the YAML file will be pushed to your repository automatically. Okay, so for this scenario, we'll go for this use classic editor option. Okay, so again the same things here. So if you have Azure repository, you can use that one, or if you use Bitbucket, Subverse, and anything you can use. So for this case, I go with this my GitHub account. So already I have connected my GitHub here. So by simply clicking on here, it will take you to this. So in your case, it will be very, I mean, empty. The first time you have to connect your GitHub to this Azure DevOps. That is very easy. When you click on this button, you have to redirect to this GitHub page where you have to feed the username password, and it will automatically get, I mean, authorized. Okay. So now you can see authorized using connection GitHub connection one. This is the connection name, my name. I mean, my connection name. So here I can see this, my repositories are listed here. These are the repositories that I have in my GitHub page. Okay. So when we go to this GitHub page, so this is my GitHub page. Then you can see it here. I have 19 repositories. All the 19 repositories will be listed here. So we have to select which repository, I mean, which project you want to run. Okay, so for this case, I will select this one, TestNG metrics report, and click on select button. So by default, I have only one master branch here. So this is a project that we have selected. So here I have only master branch, no other branch. So automatically it has taken the master branch since we have only one. Okay. So select on the master and click on the continue. Okay. After this, we have to select some template, right? So either you can select again YAML file and you can configure the things if you want. Otherwise, you can select template from here, like so. If it is a .NET desktop application, you can select this Android. Okay. So in this case, so this is a Maven project basically. Okay. So I'm just going with this Maven template. You just click on this apply button. Okay, so once you applied, automatically these agent steps will be created automatically. So here you can see the first thing is Maven, right? So this is, I mean, this one you can rename anything like a build project. Okay, so this is the area that we have to run our, I mean, we will pass our Maven command, right? So here you can see by automatically taking the pom.xml file from my repository, and this is a command, right? Maven clean test or Maven package. So this is already Maven template that we have selected. So I'm just passing as a package. Either you can pass clean test or clean verify also we can pass. So I will go by this package. This will also, build our test, right? So after this, by default, it is generating the JUnit results. Okay. So it will generate some JUnit report and it will be given to this after execution of the build. We can see the results in the result test tab. I will show you that one. So if you have any code coverage tool like this kind of Jakarko or this kind of testing tool, if you can configure, you can configure this one. And after this control option, so we can enable this option if you want to, like, so even though if you are facing that kind of error on this particular step, if you want to still go to the next step, you can check on this continue on error button. And this is timeout, everything you can leave as it is. Okay. So similarly, after this execution done, so we are building, we are generating one build artifact, which is basically image kind of thing. So that's what we have seen in the file also, right? So after the building pipeline, so we are generating the artifact, right? So that respective artifact will be passed to across all the release pipeline. Okay. So you have to, this will come automatically. You have to give this path. And here I will delete this one. So I will give it as a double star. So this is my source folder and this is my target folder. After that, we have to drop this artifact to some location. Okay. So this one also you can leave as it is. So this one also you can rename it if you want, and this one also you can rename it. Okay, so these are the agent job. So agent job also you can rename if you want. Okay, so I will leave as it is a default one, agent job one. Okay, so here we don't want to do anything. Here you can see where is our code is coming. In our case, this code is coming from the GitHub repository, and this is the repository details. Okay, so that's all about this. Setting the build pipeline. So what you have done, we have selected this Maven template, and here we have made some changes here. Like so, we have, this build artifact copy file path. We have deleted this one. We have, simply storing as a double star. So that will generate one artifact, and it will copy to a particular file path like system default work directory, and we are dropping that artifact into this location. Okay. So after this, here also we can see this continue error options and all. So here you can see the control options, enable continue or error. Continue or error is nothing. So if this step is getting failed, if you want to continue to the next step or not. Okay. If you check this one, it will go to the next one. Otherwise it will not go. Okay, so that's all about this setup. So after this, what we have to do, we have to click on this save button. Okay, save and queue means it will save and it will start the execution. So in our case, we'll save this project. So by default, you just leave us the folder name. Otherwise, you can select some, if you created some folder, then it will come to like this. Okay, by default, it is storing to my project, default project folder. I'm just saving this one. Okay, so we have saved. Now we'll go back to my pipelines. Okay, so this is a two project that already we have created. Now you can go to this all tab, and here you can see this is a project that we have created now. Okay, so I can edit this one. I will rename this project name. Okay, so when you click on here, or you can rename it even here also fine. So we'll name it as a TestNG Maven project. Okay, you can name anything you whatever you want. So again, I will save this project. So for naming, for the identification, I have changed the name. We'll go back to the pipeline tab. So here you can see in the all the tab, you can see this name, right? TestNG Maven project. We didn't started. It says like a no run yet, right? We didn't run anything yet so far. So what we can do, we can click on this run pipeline button. As soon as you click on this run pipeline button, it will start the execution. Okay. So I will be clicking on this run pipeline. So it will be asking this Azure pipeline and what is the agent specification. So in my case, I'm using the Windows machine, and this is by default master tag. Master branch we have, and commit and all you don't want to give anything. If you have any variables, we can define it here. But in our case, we didn't use any variables. So you can simply click on the run button. Okay, so now you can see this agent job one is triggered, right? So you can, this is a build number. This is a build number that this will come as a date, and this is a number one build. Okay, so now we can click on this agent job one. and we can watch all the steps here. So the first step will be like it will check out the it will check out the code from the repository. After that, it will execute the maven command. After that, it will pass the, it will copy the artifact, and it will drop the artifact to the location that we have given, right? So wait, it will take some time in the first time. Our build is started now. So after this, one by one steps will be coming here. You can see all the jobs. Yeah, now you can see initialize the job and check out the code from the repository. This is automatic happening because we have given this repository link. After that, this is a build project where our maven command will be executed here. So here you can see it is checking the maven version before running the maven project, and this is a package command that we have passed in the building the our project, right? So it started, downloading the necessary artifacts. Okay, once this artifacts and everything is downloaded and our project will execute. After that, it will copy the file to particular location, and it will publish the artifact image file to a particular location. It will drop that artifact image. After that, it will check out from the repository. Okay, so we'll wait this execution to be completed. It will take some time. Still, it is the build is in progress. So you can come back to this pipeline and you can see this is running, right? You can see the status as running, right? So when you go to this view change, so these changes will show you the GitHub changes. So whatever the commit that we have pushed. So my last commit was delete Jenkins file. Okay. So we'll go back to this one and let's see our execution is done or not. So still it is downloading the dependency from the Maven Central. Once this is done, our test will execute. Our test will start. Okay, we'll wait for some time. Again, this downloads and all, right? So I have some bad internet connectivity, so that's the reason it's taking more than 2 minutes. But in your case, if you have good internet bandwidth, it will start down, to download very fast, and it will run the test. Okay, still the download is in progress. So now you can see the test is started here, right? So when I scroll down, so this is a test where it is started, and you can see the Chrome driver was started successfully, right? So our test is started. I have multiple test cases, I think. So that's the reason. So we have almost 5 testers are running. So here you can see I have 5 tests totally. Okay. So I will come to this one. Okay. So it will be end after the page. So now you can see the build is, done. You can see this build project is success, and you can see that it is copying to the particular file path, that artifact, right? So I will scroll down and show you. Okay, so placing and copying the files to the particular location, and after that it is publishing the report, artifact. Here you can see upload artifact to the drop location. Okay, so this is the location that we have given. After that, it will check out from the repository and it will finalize the job. Okay, so now we can click on this back button to pipeline view. So this is a pipeline page. This is a build number 1. This is a date and time. Year, and this is a month, and this is a date, right? So I'm running on January 4 and 2021, right? So now you can see this is success, right? So you can again you can click on this button and you can see all the changes. All the steps that we have seen here. So this is a build project where our test is executed and it is success, right? You can see the build is success now. So here, we can see all the details of how many test cases are executed and everything. You can see it here. Okay, so totally we have 5 test cases, and there are no failures and there are no errors. Okay, so we'll come back to the project now. So again, I will go to the edit pipeline option. Okay, so this is the agent job 1 that we are seeing as a name, and we are building the project. We are generating the artifact, and we are dropping to particular location to this artifact image. Okay, So again, we'll go back to the pipeline. So we have, so this is the one, right? So when you go to this recent tab, this is the one that we recently executed. So click on this one. Again, get into this pipeline. Okay, so this is a build number. Here you can go for the test tab, right? So this is a test tab where you can see the, where you can see the report. Okay, this is a JUnit default report that will come from the Maven template default one. Okay, so here you can see all the reports. So for example, here we don't have any failure, so that's the reason we are seeing as 100% as a pass rate. So here you can filter out the things. So I will uncheck all the things. So here you can see this is the tab. So here you can see the five results. I mean, five test cases, right? So that what we have seen. So in the project, I have five test cases. All the five has executed successfully. Okay. So here you can select the option if you want to see only failures, and then you can see failures. In our case, we don't have any failures. So everything is passed, right? So this is how we create the set up the build pipeline. Okay. So we have built the project and we have executed some tests and we have generated the artifact ID. Okay. So we'll go back to the project. Okay, so I will open this existing project and I will show you the report. Okay, so this is a project I have executed before. So when I come to this test tab, here you can see there are some failures, right? So when I filter out this one, okay, all pass and fail. So you can see we have three test cases. Out of three, one is getting failure. So this is basically so Postman collections. I am running my Postman collection in the Azure pipeline. Okay. So it has three test cases. One is getting failure. So when you click on this failure test case, so you can see all this, the error stack and error message, everything here. Okay. So the assertion is getting failed. The expected response to have a status code is a 204, but I got 201. Okay. So that's the reason it's get failure. So simply you can click on this arrow button to expand this one. From directly, you can create a bug. Okay, so when you click on this bug option, create a bug. So it will be create one bug automatically and easily you can assign this bug to the developer. Okay, so it will be open in the window like this. So you can rename if you want. So all the error stack, right? So that already captured here and it's given to the description. Okay, so simply you can assign to developers or whatever, whoever the developers if you want, you can assign and save the bug ID. Okay, so that's a one more good option that we have. Okay, so we'll go back to our project. So now we have created the build pipeline, right? So this is build pipeline that we have seen now. So far we have covered this build pipeline, how to create an artifact ID and all, right? So the next video, we'll see this release pipeline. Okay, so we have generated this pipeline. We have to pass across to all the releases, right? So dev, QA, different environment also, we have to pass the same code that we see in the next video. Okay, so that's all about creating the build pipeline in the Azure DevOps. Okay, so make sure you are creating this new button and here. Okay, so one more thing. So if you want to, so this time you can see this one, this is manually run, right? So manually run by the username. So if you want to make this as a automated trigger, right? So for example, if there is anything change in your repository or you are pushing the code, so each push, it has to trigger the code. Okay, so there is a change in GitHub repository, someone pushing the code, or some changes are going to the GitHub repository. If you want to set up this automatically triggered, you can go to this trigger option under the trigger tab. You can see this enable continuous integration, right? So when you click on this one, what happens for each, each changes on the GitHub repository, this will automatically run. Okay. So additionally, we have some other option like a pull request validation, or you can schedule the build like a Jenkins. We have seen this cron job, right? The same concept applies here. So and multiple build completion also you can like so up and up upstream downstream project and all you can if you want to build you can set up this option. Okay. So when you click on this enable continuous integration. So whenever there is a change happening in the code, it will automatically build our project. Okay, so we'll see this now. I will save this project now again. Okay, so before that, I will rename this one. Okay, instead of agent job one, okay, let it be, no problem. I will save this. So we came to this trigger tab and we have enabled this one. Okay, so we save the project. We'll go back to the pipeline again. So here you can see it was, so last run it was manually triggered, right? So here you can see it was manually triggered, right? So I will go to my project, and here I will make some changes. Okay, so I will update my readme file simply. Okay, so here I will make some space or something like this. Okay, I will commit this file. Okay, updated readme file. Okay, so this is a commit message I am passing here. I am committing my changes. Okay, so our commit is success now. So last commit is this one, and very recently now. Okay, so we'll come back to the project. We'll wait for some time. It will trigger one more build automatically from the continuous integration. Okay, so here you can see load one new run, right? So when you click on this one, here you can see option called individual CA. Okay, so this is triggered from the automatic trigger since we have made some changes in the GitHub repository, right? So here you can see the name. This is individual CA. This is manually triggered. Okay, so when you click on this commit, you can change whatever the commit that we have made now. So we have updated this README file, right? So that is what a commit message. So now we'll go, go to this particular build, and here you can see the message, right? Updated README file. So recently we have updated our README file in our repository, right? So the test is started here. Here you can see this is started running, right? Again, you can click on this. Again, it will follow all the steps that we have seen earlier. Okay, it's building the project. Okay, so this is how we set up the automatically trigger option. Okay, so what we have done, we have to come to this agent job. Okay, go to edit mode. Under the edit option, you will find option called, tab called trigger. So in the trigger, you have to check on this enable continuous integration. Okay, so when you check on this one, it will automatically take your, changes from the GitHub repository. Whenever there is a changes happening on the GitHub repository, it will automatically detect and it will start run the case. Start build the project. Okay, I will uncheck this one. Again, I will save because I don't want to keep it in the automatically trigger mode. Okay. So now you can see we have triggered this one. This doesn't create any YAML file into your repository. Okay. So it doesn't create any YAML file here. Okay. So the very first one we have what I've seen. So let this run get complete. So this one also same thing. It will run and it will execute the, it will publish the test results under the test folder. So here you can see that the test folder is, test tab is not exist, right? Because still this is running. So this is a build number 2. If you go to the build number 1, you can see the test tab. Okay, I'm going to the build 1. Okay, sorry, I again went to build 2. No. Again, so this is a build 1. So here we are seeing that this test results tab, right? So this is basically JUnit result that default come from the Azure DevOps. Maven project. When you select the Maven template, it will come. So for this build number 2, it is still in progress. So we are not able to see the test tab here. Once this is done, okay, still it is executing the project. Once this is done, then you can see the test tab coming here. Okay, so the repository doesn't create any YAML file. So when you go to my project, go to the pipeline. Okay, so go to my project again. If you create one more pipeline with the YAML file structure, right? So we have created this classic editor option, right? So when you created through this YAML option, it will create one YAML file, similarly like a Jenkins file, and it will be append to, it will be added to your GitHub repository. Okay, that you can try. Okay, so for example, when you click on this YAML file, so again, I'm taking the same repository. So here you can select the template. So here you can see all the templates are available, like a .NET, C++, Node.js, any project that you want to build. So in our case, we'll go with the Maven. Okay, so this will automatically build one YAML file. So this is a YAML file. Okay, so here you can see it will find the pom.xml file and it will build the project. So the goal is package, Maven command, and it will generate the results. Okay, this is what we have seen. Surefire report will generate by default when you select the Maven template. Okay, so when you click on this save and run, automatically this YAML file will this YAML file will be pushed to your repository. Okay, so this is another way of creation the build pipeline. So since we have seen this one, we don't want to go for this one again. So here we are seeing some failures. Okay, so this is got failure. Okay, when we open this one, okay, build failed. We'll see what is the reason. Okay, Maven run. Okay, it could be any reason. My internet connectivity also very slow. So that could be the reason. Okay, so driver started, test run and failures. Okay, so due to some reason it's getting failure, you can see the rest of the things are executed. And if you go to the results, the test, you can see that there is a failure. Okay, so there are so many, two failures are available. So when you click on each failure, you can open this mode and you can create a bug. Okay, so it is throwing some error, Chrome failed to start. Okay, so this is because of my internet connectivity, it's not able to start the Chrome. So here you can directly create on this bug and you can assign to the developer. Okay, so this is not a valid bug, but in real time scenarios, if you are getting some valid bug, you can assign to the developer. Okay, so this is how we create the build pipeline. Okay, so in this video today we have covered this continuous integration, and on next video we'll see this continuous delivery. Continuous delivery is nothing. So far we have seen this. So we have integrated our GitHub repository and we have generated this artifact in the build pipeline. After that, we have to pass the same artifact or same repository also you can pass to across all the environment, all the releases like QA, dev and everything, right? So this is what the first box we have done so far. And the next thing we have to cover in our next video, that is called continuous delivery, which is release pipeline, right? So release pipeline, what we do, so this is a build pipeline. Okay, so this is a tab bar build pipeline and this is for release pipeline. So when you come to release, so we can create some release like this. You can pass across to all the environment like this. Okay, so we'll give the GitHub code and we'll schedule some job in the developer environment and QA environment as well as UAT and fraud also we can go for it. Okay, so that we'll see in the next video. Okay, thank you guys.